Hey, what's crack-a-lack everybody, welcome back to another episode of No Man's Sky. Today, we're going to continue where we left off. So, between last episode and this episode, I've gone and farmed up a whole load of carbon and ferrite dust. I also got some more salvage data as well. I also found few other things. We ended up getting some more navigation data as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop on back to our base. Try not to hit a rock. And we're going to continue with our quest. So, let's access this first. And what we're going to have to do is access this one more time. We're going to go to buildable technology and we're just going to buy the solar panel and also the battery as well. That leaves us with 3 salvage data. Since I managed to get a little extra than what I needed. So let's start off with just doing that and getting them off. Just like that. For some reason, this tab here always has a mark in it, even if you don't have anything. So what we're going to need is the teleport module, which requires 40 sodium, 2 carbon nanotubes, and 4 metal plating. Which is why between episodes I went out and got a little more ferrite dust and carbon. So we're going to need 4 of these and 2 of these, which is what we need for the teleport module. Now, usually I build this inside the base anywhere. Usually I build it in the corner away. After that, we're going to need battery, which requires magnetized ferrite. So we're just going to pop down our refiner in this corner. Now I usually leave one at base and make a new one. It's just something that I normally do. I always tend to leave one at base and area 1. But usually, I get a personal refiner, which we'll get that a bit later. But right now, all we're doing is grabbing the pure ferrite and making it into magnetized ferrite. We need 60 of this. Just like that. Now we also need condensed carbon as well. We need 100 of that. And I'm just going to put the battery just out here. So to get condensed carbon, all you need to do is in the portable refiner, go to input and put in your carbon into there, and it's a 2:1 ratio, and you'll get condensed carbon from that. Now, what we're going to need is some, in the wrong thing. What we're also going to need is, I'm going to make 2 of these, so that's 100 chromatic metal, 60 gold, and 2 metal platings. So we'll make the 2 metal platings in our inventory. And what we now need to do is go back to my ship, because I forgot that we needed gold and I've left it in the ship. I'm going to collect some more sodium on the way, if I see it. I believe yeah, that's oxygen. I'm gonna go grab this oxygen real quick. Make sure I've scanned it as well. I did do a little bit of scanning between episodes as well. Anything that I ran into that I never had. Just some rocks, flora. I believe a few animals as well that I managed to scan. So all we need to do is grab the gold. So I'm going to grab 60 because that's all we need. Pop it into our inventory and go back over to base so that we can supply the power. Now is that a silver? No, it's dioxide. Now we can use dioxide, I believe. Yeah, we can use dioxide to power the oxygen supply, which is quite nice. Now I usually make 2 of these, and I usually just pop them up here on the roof. Usually I build this 3x3, but this base I've gone with a 2x2. All we need to go inside is power this to the battery, just like that. Now it'll begin charging. It'll give you the time to charge, it'll give you the charge rate, and then it'll give you the grid power storage, the grid and the grid power usage, sorry, and the grid power storage. And then up here, if you access the solar panels, it'll give you the daylight remaining, it'll give you the power output, the usage, and the storage. So right now we're getting between the two, there are 25 kps, and the daylight remaining is about 14 minutes. And this will be charged in about 7 minutes. So we should have plenty. Now all we need to do is power that to that, and that powers that. And then, so the charge rate is 80, and it's using 20. So it should be enough to basically keep the teleporter powered during nighttime. Alright, so base archives have been updated, so let's have a look at the computer. Accessing log from previous user, additional archives are required. 4925F follows. Scanner detected unusual broadcast repeating 16 from space station. Warning, end of archives. Base computer archives have reached their end. It seems there is nothing more I will learn from them. My predecessor appears to have left their base and headed to the space station, which is now where we are going to be going. Investigate the space station, following the footsteps of base computer's previous owner. Now I'm just going to pick this up because I don't want it to be a base. Right now I'm going to do a bit of organization here as well, very quickly. So I'm going to put the oxygen up there, I'm going to put ferrite there, the powder can go there, sodium can go there, that can go there, that can go down there, that can go there, that can go there, the pure ferrite can go there. I should have really done this off camera, but it is fine. Can you go where I want you to go? Thank you. Those missing spaces will make sense later, but right now we don't. So now what we're going to do is head on back to the ship, because now we need to go investigate the space station. So all we need to do is get on over here. I did, I believe, either in the video or I didn't search these. I believe in the last episode or between episodes I did search these. We're going to have a quick look. And I did, yes. Perfect. And I also, usually when you find these structures, there'll be a salvage data nearby, but it's quite handy. Alright, so, not enough fuel. So we need to make some fuel, which is very easy. You just need 1 metal plating and I believe 40 dehydrogen. To make, yeah, 40 dehydrogen, 1 metal plating to make a starship launch fuel. And depending on the starship, depends how much uses. Your starter ship, you always get about 25% usage every time you take off, which is usually about 4 times, depending on the starship. So now we need to go to the space station. I'm just going to pulse over there. And then we'll investigate the space station and see what's in store for us. While it's doing that, I'm just going to move this and also this to the ship, because we don't need it right now. What's this? Starship shield. I'm not going to use that right now until we have a better ship. I don't want to be using any upgrades on this ship. We will keep that. We will sell those two though. I believe we don't really need anything. So we'll arrive in about 3 seconds. So there you go. Sometimes you will either go to the back or the sides. So you might need to just go around until you find the entrance. And then you'll automatically start landing once you reach the blue beams. And then it'll pretty much land you anywhere. Alright, so now that we are on the space station, I'm just gonna jetpack up here because it's easier. What we can do first is we can come over here to the terminal. We can actually sell off anything that we don't need. So I don't need the meaty chunks, and I also don't need the Mordite right now. So I'm just going to sell them for a bit of money. Now what we're going to do is, before we do our quest, we're going to look around. Because we go over to this side of the space station. There's 2 sides. If we go over to this one, you can look on the desks and you'll get navigation data. You might also get, now they might be over here as well on these desks. You can come over here and you might get nanites, or you might get navigation data. So we'll just have a quick nosy around. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to hit this. Now these get more expensive as time goes on. But right now what I'm going to do is put there, and I believe that one is free. I believe your first one is always free, which is quite handy. And then if we go into here, sometimes you can search the plants. Oh, I accidentally sat down, but we can still search. Stand back up. You can search the plants, these will give you carbon. Also on the desk, you might find more. See, that time I got nanites. We can also search this one, like that. Now we can leave. So we got a few more navigation data. We've got 6 in total, which is quite nice. Now what we're going to do is if we go back over to the other side, we can now explore the space station. So basically, all you're going to do is go up to any of the life forms and just talk to them. Despite their unfamiliar words, there is something about the aliens' manner that implies we have met before. Perhaps they know the one who came before me. Ask about other travelers. Life form pauses. Before turning away, they either did not hear me or are choosing to ignore my question. And you'll do this a bunch of times. The alien's elegant metallic shell springs to life as I approach. Study me, lights flashing around the visor. Perhaps they know something about the message left at the base computer. Ask about 16. A glazed look passes over the lifeform's visor. The number has had some strange effect on them. They seem reluctant to speak further. I believe you do this 3 times. Or possibly 4 times. The metallic being chatters away, pouring forth words in a language I cannot understand. But when I blink, I see that the same red light that stared at me at the distress beacon. Repeat 16. We are watching you, traveller friend. Find what we have left you. Though the alien speaks, the words are not their own. A string of code is echoed back to me through the red glare, logged directly to my exosuit. Crimson light fades away and I see the lifeform staring at me through its visor. Whatever has happened, they do not appear to have seen it. I should leave. Perhaps, my base computer would be able to make something of this code. So now what we can do is, quite nicely, is use the base teleport to return. And this means that we won't use any fuel in our starship. So we'll give this a second to teleport us back to our base. Just like that, we're teleported back. Alright, so now we can visit the base computer. Archives terminated. Select new task. Begin decryption. Decoding 161616. Message follows. The traveller finds their wings, fly to us, and claim your place among the stars. Signal acquired. Life signs detected. So now, we should get a new. Yep. So pretty much. What we can do is, instead of getting in our ship and taking off to use fuel, we can warp back to the... That's not the one that I wanted to go to. We can warp back to the space station. Which should be the right one. And then we can get onto our starship and it will be a free liftoff for us. We don't need to use any fuel taken off from the space station. So now when we go, we can find the planet that it wants us to go to, which is the same planet. But it just means that we won't be using any fuel to get over here. So we can pulse over to the outpost where it wants us to go. Just making sure I have everything where I want. These can move one space now. Didn't mean that, but so why I've done this is because in this space I can put the magnetized ferrite, and in this space the sodium nitrate. And so we actually need to go just over here, which isn't too far from our base, but it saves walking and it saves using some fuel. Now, on this one you'll see this big huge crashite. What we can actually do is, if you get close, you'll see this green rings. This is a free land and takeoff site, which means we won't use any fuel, and you can actually also call your starship as well if you've got navigation data. You can find one of these. Now, what's good about these is you actually, if you go into your into your analysis mode, you can actually see cargo pods. Now, if we just tag one of these, you can actually go up to these and break this, and then you'll see these large big boxes. Now these are storage boxes. If you get mine down, you'll see you can access these. Now if you take the gunk out of these, you can then search these. Now run away after you do this, because radiation will start pouring out, and you don't want to get hit by that. So we're just gonna go around and grab all of these. There's another one up here. Break open the door. This one we just need to break open the door, and that's it. And grab whatever's inside. You might get nanites, you might get warp cells, there's a bunch of other things that you might get as well. So these are really nice when you find them, because you essentially get free stuff. And all the goop can be turned into nanite clusters as well. So it seems there's another one over there. Just making sure I haven't missed any. There is one over there, but we'll get this one over here first, then we can go back to that one. So again, just make sure that you might do this one just so that I can make it a little bigger opening for us. And search it. And then we can go back for this one over here. You might take a little radiation damage searching these, but as long as you don't stay in the area, you should be fine. It looks like this one might be a hole in the floor. Yeah, just there. So you break this, and then we should be. Now it is giving us the indication that we can open this without having to do all that. Sometimes they're like that, sometimes they're like really close, which means you might get lucky enough to just open them without having to dig down. Alright, so I'm gonna get into the ship. We're gonna see what we got. So we managed to get a warp cell, which was quite nice. We can use that later. We got some more gunk. Slime goop, whatever you want to call it, which is quite nice as well. So all this can be, I believe it's a 2-to-1 to the nanite clusters until the last time. Then I believe it's a higher ratio, but we'll see. Log damage, partial records available. The signal has led me to the wreck of a freighter. Colossal fragments of metal scattered across the landscape. Were these messages nothing but the misfiring circuits of a long forgotten ruin? Nestled among the debris, find the pilot's log, blinking, awaiting input. Request log. Instead of displaying the ship's log, terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. They are followed by a short message. The anomaly comes for the stars. Take flight. Schematic of hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. Take blueprint. I pull the blueprint from the computer, but this hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of this size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. New technology discovered, hyperdrive. And we can begin the installation process. So what we're going to do is go back to our starship. And what we can also do is install the hyperdrive. So now the hyperdrive requires 5 microprocessors and 125 chromatic metal, which we don't have, but we can also use our copper to get some more chromatic metal. Now the microprocessors, we will have to buy them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off. In fact, now I'm going to land back here. Oh, of course, free takeoff, free landing, because we're actually going to do that in the next episode because it's coming up for the half-an-hour mark, so a little early. Now what we can do is before we do this, we can go grab some more buried technology. So I'm just going to do a couple with you on camera, and the rest I'm going to do off camera. So I'm going to get about 30. So always look out for those because they can have not only nanites, but they can also give you things like modules for your starship, multi-tool, exosuit, things like that. So they're really good to grab. So we're just going to look for another one, which I don't think there's one really close by as well, which is quite handy. So we'll dig down again. We'll grab another one right there. We'll do one more, and then I'll do the rest. There's another damaged machinery, so we'll take the good and search it. And we got nanites again. We'll do one more, and then I'm going to end it off. We're going to get a little bit more carbon. Alright. So, I'm not going to give you an approximate how much technology you should be getting, because for me, I just want a few things. So I'm just going to grab maybe about 15, 20 of these off camera. We've got 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue doing this. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Apart from that, enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I will catch you tomorrow for another episode of Medieval Dynasty.